But yeah, like somebody could be, trying to light their hand on fire. Somebody's girlfriend got stuck up in a tree or something. Half of us got, messed up, wandered off, and we're dying face down in a field from drinking a little too much. But as soon as that phone rings, and it's Mom on the screen, I will pick it up. I can be face down on the ground myself. I will pick it up, straight face as can be. Hey, Mom. Yeah, no, we're at the movies. Yeah, I'll be home soon. Okay, love you, bye. But she knows. Moms always know. Moms are wizards. Actually, what she has done, and I know this because she's figured out my Netflix and chill thing. I made it sound like the most innocent thing, but do you guys know what that is? It's a new term us young folks use. Okay, so like one person who's like barely 20. So for those of you who don't know, what you do is you'll invite somebody of the opposite sex over to your house, or maybe not, maybe you're into that sort of thing, who knows, over to your house and watch movies, if you catch my drift. So that's what you'll do, and for the folks that do know what it is, I've noticed that you guys have developed a specific hatred towards it. And you think it's this really terrible thing, and it's creating this horrible sex-driven generation. But you and I both know that Grandma was doing the deed in the drive-in theater, and that is the exact same thing. And don't even try to tell me that those cars were too small. I have seen the old Chev shaggin' wagons. I know what's up in there. Which, by the way, that's not so easy anymore. With the new cars, everybody's going compact as far as manufacturers go. I, for example, have my 2001 Honda Civic. It's silver, license plate number TVK015 for anybody who's curious. And anyways, trying to do that is like playing an involuntary game of Twister in your closet or your crawl space or something, because it's the only place in the house you can't hear anything out of. The level of desperation is the same. Almost never worth it. Yeah. Strange generation, and we actually, as kids, and like in all fairness, we are pretty bad. We have in our pockets, right here, devices, and you folks do too, but we're really bad with it. These devices can beam texts, pictures of cats, boobs, what have you, into space, into a satellite, and back into somebody else's hand at light speed. And then we complain when it takes any more than 3 seconds. And then we act as if the flip phone wasn't a miracle of science and technology, let alone the big brick cell phones. And it's just, and we're so bad about it. And then we'll ask dumb questions like, where are hoverboards? Why isn't that a thing yet? It's because of stupid kids like me, that's why. We have the technology, but we already have kids breaking bones, and I've done it myself, and dying from boards with wheels, and you think they're gonna give us ones that fly? Are you insane? And it's the exact same thing with hover cars. Dude, we ask about hover. You know what though, actually, that's probably more, hover cars aren't a thing, I think, because of women, not kids.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Us kids, no, we are the worst with that. We are. Every 17-year-old with a license and a vehicle thinks he is a race car driver. I do. I think I'm a race car driver. And some people say that they debunked the myth that video games are non-influential anymore. They're good for creative minds, and they're wrong. The video games still influence us. No, we're not going outside and killing people, but yes, we do all think we're race car drivers and that we can do it. So, and I'm level 100 in Gran Turismo. It's a racing simulator. That's what they coined it as. I am level 100 in that game. I am also level 100 in days that I have been grounded for crashing my car. Yeah. We're a strange generation. And actually what we've started to do, I know I've started to do it, but with the phones and whatnot, we started to use Google and the internet entertainment. Like, we just have nothing better to do. And I found that it actually manages to entertain me while I'm using it for its intended purposes, if it even has any. But, for example, I Googled tranny mount. I needed one for my car. So I Googled tranny mount, and I'm telling you right now, every single thing under the sun popped up on that screen except for car parts. It was awesome. I mean, what? Pornographic videos? No. On the internet? You can do that? What? It's insane. But, yeah, and so that's what we'll do. And I've noticed that some of the older folks are starting to pick it up too, because Google has all the answers. It does. And so my grandpa, he needed the same thing. He actually needed one for his truck. So he's sitting on the couch, and I come sit down next to him. He's asking me, Mitchell, if I Google tranny mounts, I'll get car parts, right? Yeah, Grandpa. Yeah, go ahead. Just give it a go. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I'm sitting next to him. He's got his iPad, and he's got the little pen that he uses on the iPad because he's hip. And you guys know the thing you do, like you get a bad text or something on your phone that you don't want other people to see, and someone's sitting next to you, so you start doing this. You guys know that stance? You see people do it? Yeah, there's something on there. You should check that out. So he started doing that to me after Googling tranny mounts. And so that went by for quite some time before he finally piped in, and he's like, so if I type in the full word transmission, you think I'll get better results? So yeah, that'll be fine. But yeah, that's how we use Google. And on a bit of an unrelated topic, as a kid in elementary school, I remember what I'd do is I'd go into the dictionary and look up swear words because I was just the funniest little kid around. And by the way, if you look at me and say I'm some hood rat kid, you're wrong because you did that too. I know you all did. And if you tell me that you didn't, you're lying, or maybe the bar isn't the place for you. But that's what I did as a kid. Now I'll do that for Google. So I'll type something into Google. Like you guys know when you type something in and it, the little suggestions come up, it tries to finish your sentence for you. So that can actually be quite entertaining. So I typed in, how do I? And all the little suggestions pop up. And the reason it's so funny is because that's what's getting searched most, and it shows what our world has come to. So I Google how do I, and all the suggestions come up as you think they would. How to tie a tie. How to change a tire. How to kill my spouse without getting caught. How to write a comedy routine. That is totally unrelated to everything that is happening tonight. But yeah, that literally shows, because those are all the things, there's a lot of people trying to kill their wives and husbands nowadays, I guess. But yeah, if that doesn't turn out a few laughs, then I'll Google images something, because that's usually pretty funny too. So, or it can be a really good time. Whatever strikes your fancy. So I put in Canada, and I Google images it, and the typical things popped up. The flag, obviously, the word sorry, maple syrup, girls walking around in skanky outfits in the peak of winter, which, by the way, I guess are the only things besides polar bears and penguins that don't get cold. Which is why they don't put on jackets, I assume. So yeah, if you really want to see your country or something like that get offended, Google images it. So, I didn't Google how to finish your stand-up routine. So good night, I guess.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mitch Lavigne. All right. got to be 17. All those fun things that they didn't have in the world when I was 17.